What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are on a mission to find the best golf courses in the Chicagoland area to sharpen your skills. Based on my personal experience, I'll be rating each course on different categories like best place to practice approach shots and best place to practice putting. At the end of the video, I'll summarize all the results in a nice table. Let's get started. The first category is the best place to do a block practice, and this is what I'm kind of defining as like a tournament or all-around practice. So good place to do sand shots, approach shots, iron, and driving off the actual grass, and then putting. And I actually have two courses for this category. The first is Cantigny, and the second is St. Andrews, both in kind of the Wheaton, South Chicago area. And the reason I chose these two is, like I mentioned, they have really great facilities across the board for all the different areas, and they have absolutely huge practice facilities and putting greens. If I had to choose between the two, I would pick Cantigny as my favorite, because as you drive up to the course, it has a similar style to Magnolia Lane, where you have a single lane that you drive up and just these waves of trees like you're driving into Augusta. The reason I put St. Andrews also on this list is because you can play any time of the year, weather permitting. So I even played on December 28th last year. So if you need to get in some practice year round and actually get outdoors, I like St. Andrews, but Cantigny's got to be my favorite place to practice. It's just too nice and beautiful over there. The next category is the best place to practice tough approach shots, and it's actually where I'm at right now. This is my home course of Bartlett Hills in Bartlett, Illinois. And the reason why I like this course so much is because I like to come here in the evenings and there's not a lot of people on the range, so I pretty much have free range to work on whatever shots I want. Here you can see I'm actually on the side of the driving range, and it's kind of like an uphill with a bunch of overhanging trees. So my favorite shot to work is kind of that low knockdown shot out of the woods, because let's be honest, as amateurs, that's the shot we're going to be hitting the most after we spray it off the tee anyway. So I like to hit this just kind of knockdown, controlled flighted shot and make sure I can get the ball back in play. But they also have a really good putting green. You can practice uphill, downhill, and in the thick rough. So Bartlett Hills has got to be my favorite place to practice difficult approach shots. The next category is the best place to practice putting. And for me, that has to be McRae Memorial in the Chicagoland area. This place has some of the fastest and most difficult greens I've ever played. I'll play you some clips real quick here where I'm just blowing the ball straight past the hole. But if you want to practice something that's really high on the stimp meter and really well manicured with a really difficult setup, then McRae Memorial is the place to practice in the Chicagoland area. The next category is the best place to practice your driving. And this is actually a 2-for-1 category, and that this place is also the best bang for your buck. And that has got to be Green Valley Golf Range. It's just off the 390 highway if you're coming out of the city, and the reason I choose this place is because for driving practice, the turf doesn't matter. So if you're just hitting it off the tee, you could pretty much practice anywhere. In Green Valley, you easily get the most balls for your dollar. I think a super bucket, which is like 200 balls, is $22. But you also get the added value of a 5-punch card. So every 5 trips you go, the 6th one is free of the same size buckets you've been buying. So for that reason, I have it as the best driving place and the best bang for your buck. The next category is the best place to practice your iron ball striking, and for me, that has to be the Highlands of Elgin. This also happens to be my favorite course ever to play at in the Chicagoland area, and the reason it's the best for iron ball striking is the Highlands of Elgin is a link style. Oh, I just dunked that ball. Dang. All right, well, good strike. But the reason it's the best place to practice iron ball striking is because it's so windy and there's a ton of uneven lies. So you have to be able to hit flighted shots and hit it off of the uneven lies. And if you can do that and manage to hit it in the center of the club face with your irons, then you're going to be a pretty good irons player. The next category is the best beginner-friendly golf course, or the best place to first learn to play the actual golf course. And for me in the Chicagoland area, that's got to be Bloomingdale Golf Club in Bloomingdale, Illinois. And the reason this is it's a pretty short yardage. Even if you were to play it from the back tips, you're only looking at about 6,100, 6,200 yards. And the setup of the fairways is all the fairways are kind of like lumped together with not so many hazards. So if you spray it into another fairway, it's going to be pretty easy to find your lost ball. The third reason I kind of like this course as a beginner-friendly course is the atmosphere itself, and the people are very, very kind of open and friendly to people playing a little bit on the slower side and being not so good at golf. So for those three reasons, Bloomingdale Golf Club is going to be my go-to to learn to play the actual course. The next category I have on my list is the best nighttime golf experience. And for me, this has got to be the Des Plaines Golf Center. The reason I picked this is because not only does it have an absolutely massive driving range, but it's 3 stories high, the balls tee up for you automatically themselves, and you pay by the ball. And they have discount days, so it's super easy to just go there and chill and hang out, get some drinks and hit some balls. But the real reason to go there is they have a 9-hole par 3 course that you can play at night because they have football stadium lights on every hole. So it's a pretty cool experience if you've never done it before. These sorts of things are kind of common in Asia, but they don't really have them here in the US so too much. So I would definitely recommend that over maybe doing something like Topgolf, because that's gotten a little pricey these days. Train's coming. The next category on my list is the best golf course to challenge yourself at. And for me, this has got to be Bolingbrook Golf Club. The reason this is because I haven't really played any private golf clubs like Medina or Olympia Fields, and I don't think that's fair to put any of those on this list because they're not really publicly accessible. So for me, the best public course is Bolingbrook Golf Club. It's only in about the $100 to $120 range depending on the time of year and day that you go. And Live Golf Chicago is routinely hosted there now, so you can actually see and play a course that pros are regularly playing. From the tips, it's well over 7,000 yards, and it has a lot of really, really challenging layouts. So if you're going to go there, you better have your carry yardages ready to go. Every year I try to play this course at least once and kind of see how I'm stacking up against the pros, just see where my game was at and play it from the tips. And I have a few videos of that on my YouTube channel if you want to check them out. The next category on the list is the best overall course. So this differs slightly from the best place to do block practices that I mentioned at the beginning, and that this one also includes the environment, the atmosphere, the clubhouses, hosting weddings, venues, all that sort of stuff. And for me, the best overall has got to be Cog Hill Golf and Country Club. It hosts 4 different golf courses. Number 1 and number 3 are very beginner friendly, and number 2, Ravines, and number 4, Dubs Dread, are the really, really challenging golf courses. My personal favorite is number 2, Ravines, because it's a very, very scenic golf course with, as the name suggests, a lot of ravines and things to drive through. And number 4, Dubs Dread, is where they've hosted the Western Open and the BMW Championship that Tiger has won in the past. They have a lot of cool memorabilia and photos in the clubhouse, so definitely be sure to check that out if you head there. And the last category on my list is the best place to practice sand and bunker shots. And for me, this has got to be Schaumburg Golf Club. Not only is this course really well manicured all year round, but their sand is kind of like that white crushed crystal glass looking sand, similar to what you'd almost see at like Augusta or Quail Hollow. It's really, really nice and soft and super fun to hit sand shots out of. And they also have a ton of fairway bunkers and bunkers around the greens and really kind of awkward yardages into the hole. So definitely a good place to practice your bunker shots if that's something that you need to work on. And that's a wrap. Let's go ahead and throw up the final table that summarizes all the different aspects of the golf game and the best course or range to practice that skill at. By no means this is a comprehensive list. This is just based on my personal experience and all the courses that I like to play and where I think the best area is to work on that particular skill. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video informative. And if you have some other places that you like to practice, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to try them out. Thanks again, and be sure to subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. I like seeing that number tick up, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.